Incoming transmission. Greetings, Lieutenant. My name is Colonel Abel Kincaid of the Armed Forces of the Federated Sons. You will be part of Sigma Lance for this operation. Your primary objective is to investigate the enemy activity in this system. A reconnaissance photo has detected an old abandoned Starlink military base before the war. We suspect they're using this as a staging area, or they found something. So, Lieutenant, find out what they're up to. Once you enter the combat zone, engage the enemy lands and eliminate them as much as you can. And stand by for further orders. Once we have dealt with the enemy lands, we will send a team to investigate the area. The battle mechs that we'll be using is perfect for this operation. We suspect the enemy will use mostly light to mediums and some heavies. And there won't be any assault mechs, if we are correct. Make sure you finish off the enemy as soon as possible before any reinforcements come after you. And keep your pilots and mechs alive. If you have any question, ask Sigma Leader. He will give you more information on the mission. Greetings, Lieutenant. My name is Lieutenant Kessler. I am Sigma Lead. I received our mission objective, and it looks very solid to me. But what this really is bothering me is what in the world of the Draconis Combine is doing here. This could be a staging area, but from what looks from our reconnaissance images, it looks like an old abandoned Starlink base. I thought Kerensky and his self-defense forces had stripped the last of these bases before they went to the deep periphery. In any case, Lieutenant, I think we'll just have to drive them off and see what's inside that base and collect the prize. I think that's all from me, Lieutenant. See you in the field. Sir, all your battle mech is good to go. It's according to your specification. Also, sir, make sure to bring them back in one piece. Spare part is very hard to come by. I heard they're starting to nuke the factories out there. What an awful time we live in. And also, come back in one piece. That is all, Lieutenant. Well, Lieutenant, proceed with your mission. Transmission has ended. I was 22 when the first secession war broke out. Those early days during the war was the most hardest for everyone. It was madness in the inner sphere. I was part of Sigma Lance. Our primary objective was to slow the enemy down using hit-and-run tactics. We were deployed in the occupation zone in this godforsaken system that nobody knows about. There were reports of enemy activity in this system. We were sent in to check it out. It was supposed to be a milk run. Little did we know what was in store for us. This is Sigma Leader to command. We're ready to proceed with the mission. Very well, Sigma Lance. You may proceed with the operation. Sir, we have an enemy Lancer just entered our area of operation. An enemy patrol. Sir, we need to get you out of here. Your life is in danger. Run away from an enemy Federal patrol. We can easily handle them. I disagree, my lord. I cannot guarantee your safety. Your duty to the dragon is very commendable. We should be able to handle a single patrol. My lord, I have already called in friendly reinforcements from a nearby base. They should be here any moment. See, you worry too much. All units, engage the enemy. Hold the dragon. Aye! Sigma Leader here. We have a situation. It looks like the prince of the Draconis Combine is here. Jinjiro Kurita. Negative. He's supposed to be in the Franklin system, along with his first Sword of Light regiment. Well, he's here. This ain't the first time that the intel boys got their information wrong. Won't be the last time. Show it, pilot. You have a new mission objective, Sigma Lance. Kill the heir apparent of the Draconis Combine and return to base. Yes, sir. Aye, sir. New objective received. Eliminate the enemy commander. Greetings, everyone. Stelion Francis 60 here, and I'm doing another Battletech Alpha Strike battle report. This time, it's gonna be setting still in the first Secession War, in the Davion and Krita conflict of that time period. The story focus on this conflict will be about Sigma Lance and They thought it's just gonna be another milk run mission, but it was something else. They end up encountering Prince Jinjiro of the Draconis Combine, and as history has shown in the books, he was a little bit as a psychopath. But the mission to get this game will basically lance on lance engagement and survive all the way till turn 6 or calculate the damage and using applied damage rules. I won initiative for turn 1, so all we did was alternate movement, and my opponent decided to hide his mechs behind a cover, and I don't have any line of sight for my mechs. My Warhammer just stayed in the same area and just tried to hit the opponent behind cover. But since they add extra shots, like extra hit to score, instead of a 4, I need to get a 5, so my rolls weren't that lucky. And for our pilot skills, mostly my mechs has a pilot skill of 4, so they can hit at 4 plus. And same thing with him, except for his dragon, it's considered a veteran. He needs to hit a 3 plus. Turn 2 has finally interesting development. I won the initiative, but since I decided to stay second, I let my opponent be first, and he jumped his panther right on top of the building, and I moved my dervish next to in between the building and the Jenner and that gas tank, and my assassin stayed in that area, and my Jaeger mech decided to move in, and my Warhammer, his dragon, moved in that building, and his Jenner was hiding in there. And we finally had a shot. I damaged one of the Shadow Hawk, and I damaged 2 points on the dragon from I believe it was the assassin who did it. And his panther tried to shoot at something. I believe he tried to shot it, but I think he missed. Turn 3 has some interesting development. This time he won the initiative, and every time I tried to make a position for a greater shot, his mech will jump away from it. His Jenner went close to the Jaeger mech, and his Panther did the same thing and went down and take a shot at the Warhammer, I believe. And his dragon stayed in the area, and my Warhammer went after his dragon. And my other, with the assassin not having a shot, he got shot. He was behind shot from the Shadowhawk, and it basically stripped him with his armor at this end. And my dervish did the same thing and tried to shot at the Shadowhawk as well. At the points. Turn 4 has finally seen some casualties. I lost my Jaeger mech to poor maneuvering skill. I believe it was either the Shadowhawk or the Jenner who did the same thing, the damage. But in return, I took out his Panther when my Warhammer decided to take out. Except the dragon is now finally in a position to shoot me from behind, and he end up damaging and stripping the Warhammer's mech. On the where that Shadowhawk is, my dervish decided to shoot at his Shadowhawk, and I believe it stripped up a bunch of his armor as well. So I lost my entire mech, and due to critical hit, it ended up rolling a 6, so it was a instant death. Turn 5, let's move on to very dangerous territory to my side. This time, I won the initiative, but I decided to hide up from the building. But his Jenner went behind me and shot at the Warhammer, and end up having a weapons hit and a movements hit. Plus, since he was attacking from the backside of the mech, he got an extra heat, and he decided extra hit and decided to go overheat. So another criticals were adding to my mech. At the same time, my Warhammer decided to shoot at the dragon, and it just barely did anything to him. The dragon shot at front, and it did more damage as well for that. And my on the other side were the Shadowhawk, I did the same thing to his Shadowhawk, but that was it. Turn 6 is finally over, and it's a victory for the Draconis combined. I had the first initiative and finally had a maneuver, and I thought, oh, I finally might get a victory here, but he did this due to the luck of the dice roll. It was so bad for me. Both the assassin and the dervish could have had a chance to kill the Shadowhawk, but they end up missing their mark. So, and nothing was going well for that side of the board. So they end up missing their chance to shoot at the mech for good. On the other side, down where the dragon, his dragon decided to move in and shot at the Warhammer, stripping his armor and doing a lot of critical damage in there. And his Jenner decided to move behind and overheat and finally finish that Warhammer for good. The Sigma leader is dead along with Sigma 2. We're pulling out. Enemy reinforcement just entered the area of operation. Pull out, Sigma Lance, pull out. I'll send in a dropship to pick you up. Your Highness, the enemy is running away. Should we pursue them? No, let the Fed rats run. They're rats from a sinking ship. Soon we will have victory over them and dominion over the Federated Sun. Besides, my father is leading the assault on Contara's 4. I should rendezvous with him as soon as possible. Aye, Your Highness. Sir, we're receiving a transmission. It's from Contara's 4. Put it on. Sir, I don't know how to tell you this. It's about your father. He said the coordinator is dead. Incoming transmission. Well, Lieutenant, it seems you encountered an unknown element that we didn't predict. It seems the enemy pilot that you encountered over there was a very important VIP of the Draconis Combine, and confirmed to be an ace pilot and a military genius. Done none other than the heir apparent of the Draconis Combine, Jinjiro Kurita. He was piloting that dragon mech during your mission, along with his royal bodyguard during that VIP tour. After you pulled back from your designated landing zones, our satellite feed detected this from the facility. It seems they had destroyed it, and all remaining relevant information on that facility was destroyed. We still don't know if the facility was destroyed by the Draconis Combine, or it was booby-trapped by Star League. They were known to do that during this civil war. We suspect this facility was a black site facility, and it's unregistered to Star League records. And it was built pre-Ameris coup, and there could be more of them all over the inner sphere. As for Jinjiro Kurita, as soon as your forces pulled out from their LZ, they left in a hurry, and they're heading for Contara's 4. The transmission we intercepted was very urgent. Our analyst is decoding the transmission as we speak. An opportunity to kill this man would have been a great morale boost to our side, and a hindrance to the Draconis Combine. Don't let this opportunity slip again, Lieutenant. Well, Lieutenant, it seems we figured out why the enemy decided to leave the area. Apparently, the coordinator is dead. He was shot by a sniper during their campaign at Kantaras 4. With him dead, Jinjiro Kurita is now the coordinator. This has some serious implications. His psych profile considered him a little bit of a psychopath and very dangerous now that he is in charge. First Prince John Debian has ordered our forces to pull away from Kantaras 4. It's gonna be a bad omen over there, and I hope and pray the people of Kantaras 4 get away in time before that monster arrives. Lieutenant, I think that is all. Prepare for your next mission assignment. Transmission has ended.